Hey, my friends, it's your friend Kevin here with today's Divine Bailey Daily Blast. I hope you're wonderful, fantastic, incredible, and I hope you can hear me. I am having to do a take two on this video because for some reason I got an error message on my Ecamm Live, which is a broadcasting program I use to put microphone lights, all that stuff through, and it's sending me up an error message that somehow my microphone isn't connected. I've known for some time I've got to get a new one, but they're not exactly cheap. All right, here we go. Angel numerology number 2, day to day. That is all about harmony. It's working with the divine feminine. Let's see what can I say about this number 2, balance. We have to watch our negative thinking. There's a lot of negativity going on out there in the world. Lots of news feeds. We can't really avoid it. We've got to really manage how we receive it or how we respond to it. Go gently. If you come up against some resistance or some irritation, the number 2 energy is about being tactful, loving. It's also connected to vulnerability. Don't give up. Keep going. Reach out for support if you need some. Get the card of the wise counselor, or the Hierophant in traditional tarot, and call upon Archangel Jophiel or Raguel if you need that little bit of extra help to keep you going. Now, lovely for this, the moon has moved into Libra, came out of Virgo, was in Virgo for quite 2 or 3 days. It should be amazing if you tune into the harmony and loving energy of this Libra moon and stay as diplomatic and conciliatory as you possibly can. There's a lot of love going on. However, there is also a lot of distrust, disharmony, people playing the blame game. If you live in the US, you may be reacting to an atrocity that happened involving a woman and some federal agents. I don't really want to get into that. That is something I really personally, if I'm going to just scratch that surface, I don't know how to process these things. I don't know how to process, the just blatant disregard for other human beings. It is so abhorrent. And of course, maybe you could look at the number 2 as being diplomatic and finding balance between how do you find love? How do you find peace? How do you find that consolidation in your heart when we're looking at the face of, for want of a better expression, evil? Evil, evil, evil. I don't know. I've spoken about this before. You can look at being a little bit complacent if you don't act, or, as I prefer to do, stand as I would thinking about things like, the columns of Stonehenge. You know how they've been there for decades, centuries. They're pillars. They're pillars of strength. And if you think of yourself as a pillar of strength, with your feet grounded in Mother Earth, and the crown of your head, the top of your head, and beyond the crown of your head and the top of your head, reaching up for heaven, and you imagine the brightest, whitest light that flows down through the center of your being, follow down through the spinal column, and allow that light to expand outwards from your skin to about a foot out of your circumference of your physical body. And then in your mind's eye, you imagine others doing the same thing. Doesn't matter who it is. Send that light down your street. Send that light out in your neighborhood. Send that light out into your town. Take it as far as your mind's eye and your intuition can go. That, my friends, is raising the vibration of your world. And I've experienced this whenever I do this kind of meditation. You could do it. I don't do it consistently, and I should. But it also connects up with the spirit world, and they take that light and expand it out to wherever it needs to go. Here are my isms. My energy is more important than my manners. Perfect. We don't necessarily have to be politically correct, incorrect, what have you. We can mind our P's and Q's as long as our words are not created to harm other people. And we slide down the slope of judgment when we disagree. It's okay if somebody's looking for an agreement in their story to disagree with it and to be a little diplomatic in saying, I'm not sure about that, but I'm happy to listen to you share. Done. You're not getting in it. You're not stepping in it. You're just saying, if you'd like to share it, I'm happy to listen. Or I have to put a boundary down because that's not something I agree with. Either way, you can be polite, meaningful about it without being mean and judgmental. And you certainly don't go into the whole thing of going and telling the neighbor, you'll never believe what Mrs. Smith just told me, blah, blah, blah. That's gossip. I am strong. I am powerful. I am meant to have a magical life. Yes. You cannot have a happy ending if you don't have a happy journey. An unhappy journey does not lead to a happy ending. Done. Louise Hay says, it is remarkable how great I feel as I get older. I am at peace with my body. Now, what I love about this, because I had to think about this, I'm like, Louise, what in the world? The woman was 60 when she wrote her first book. The proceeds from her first book and the energy from the first book launched Hay House back in the late 80s. She continued on well into her 90s. And I would imagine this was true for her personally. I know myself that yes, physically, I can look at myself in the mirror and think, gosh, I don't look the way I looked when I was 25, 30, 35, 40. However, I also recognize that that journey, 20s, 30s, 40s, they were adventures on their own. And I graduated them, went through them. Then went into my 50s, a whole new adventure happened. Now in my 60s, I'm looking for new, bright opportunities. Where is this going? Where is it taking me? The 6th decade of my life on this earth. And I am saying, it's remarkable. I love it. I'm enjoying it. Whatever it is I'm doing it. Let's go. No holding back, no resisting. The guardian angels have a message. We are messengers from Source whose entire purpose is to make you feel safe and trust that you are adored and protected in all ways. Today I choose faith over fear. I stand tall in my trust in the divine. Do you trust the divine? Are you trusting of the divine? And how does that look for you? Standing in your faith. Now, guardian angels, archangels, the angelic realm, they do that. They step in usually when we really need them. We can call upon them anytime we want to. I feel like they're surrounding us. However, when we get in the muck and the mire of physical life, there are certain lessons that we're the only ones that can push through it. And those lessons are usually ones that we need to learn. That we didn't pick up that memo, we have to go back and do it again. The star beings are with us. They come in many forms, as I said. This comes from angelic activations from Kyle Gray. There is a great mystery unfolding at this time. Oh, yes, there is. All the synchronicities and signs you're experiencing are not coincidences. They are spirit-led experiences to let you know that you're on the right path. Trust in all of it. Where you are is where you need to be. Stay committed to your vision. The star beings are guiding your dreams into reality, just like our guardian angels, keeping us safe, keeping us protected. You can say, thank you, angels, star beings, for guiding my vision into reality. Maya is saying make the choice and make it the highest choice possible. Divine intervention, weigh up your options, choose the highest good for all. Send that light up, send that light out. There's a saying I learned, it's like a famous quote, the good you do comes back to you. Okay, here we go. Fairies, fairies everywhere. Come here if you dare. Bring us a blessing to send us on our way, light and love throughout this day. Excuse me. Oh, maybe it's upside down. Nope. This is interesting. I wanted to see if this deck was upside down. I'm like, why are these coming out in the reverse? And I'm just going to go the Queen of Prosperity, as well as, ooh, la la la, the Queen of Manifestation. So I'm getting a note from, look at this, she's just glorious. I'm getting a note from the Queen of Manifestation that she came upside down to make me pay attention. And when I turned this deck over to see if they were all upside down, the Queen of Prosperity came. So the message I get from the fairy world, the Queen of Prosperity and the Queen of Manifestation, let me turn her up, otherwise I don't know about that, is, are you manifesting what it is you truly want, or are you in disbelief that that's possible? Because this is where diplomacy comes. This is where working with the divine feminine happens. We sort of have to be on the front foot, not the back foot. We have to be thinking in terms of, what do I want to manifest? And as I said a few days ago, you can all say, I am a millionaire, right? But that might take a while for the universe to come bring you that. However, if you were to say something like, I'm manifesting prosperity in my life so all my bills are covered, all my food is covered, and I've got a little bit left over for other people, then that's really likely going to happen because it's happened before and it's something that you are familiar with. The Queen of Manifestation is calling in the energy of gnomes into your manifestation journey. The gnomes are well known for in the fairy realm. They are hard-working manifestors who don't stop until the task at hand has been finished, is completed. So the fairy queen of manifestation, like this, wears a golden gnome pendant so that she can remind us of magical powers. It's right around her neck, look, see? So there's magic in the air. Teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. Dream work, you know that. A simple way to invoke the gnomes is to play with garden gnomes. Go to a garden centre, get some garden gnomes. I might do that this spring. If you get out of, and if you're able to get out of your own way, stop focusing on the how. Stop focusing on the why. Stop focusing on the when. Stop focusing on the where. Because that's not necessarily divine energy. That's like saying, well, gnomes, fairies, angels, star beings, all of you, I love that you're bringing me all these things, but I want to control the narrative of it. Well, they could turn around and tell you where you need to take that. So when this card appears, particularly if it's alongside wishes granted and or magic and miracles, you can be certain that a super powerful manifesting magic of fairy foot is coming. Well, now this is up there with prosperity. So what I'm going to say in the prosperity part is to tell you that you should be manifesting your own prosperity rather than manifesting your own poverty. Do you get it? We're born abundant. We're born prosperous. We're born rich. It's our natural state of being. Prosperity is the energy that's just like a thought away. So if this were teamed up with a success card, it would be a nod that, yeah, you're successful. There's nothing you need to do. Declare whatever it is you want and then claim it by saying, yes, 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 yes. Manifest prosperity by believing, knowing that you are already prosperous. Surrender to the flow of prosperity in your life. Give and receive equally. Like, I think that prosperity flows to all of us like water out of a, like you think about the rain brings us water, water fills up lakes and streams and rivers and oceans, and that water through technology can get purified and cleansed, particularly in the ground. If you've got a well on your property, you've got some kind of filter filtering out all the impurities. You see how that goes? Water from the sky ends up on the ground, ends up in our glass. That's the flow of prosperity. Prosperous energy is where we take it. So I think this big message from the fairies, the guides, the angels: manifest prosperity wherever you can. With that said, I'll let you go. Bye, darlings.